So let's give an example, guys. So you went out to eat, to this nice restaurant in town. And then you got food poisoning from that particular restaurant. You got food poisoning. Would you still go back to eat in that restaurant? Let's do some grounding. So you know that you had food poisoning from that restaurant. Would you still go back to eat in that particular restaurant? What you would usually do, you will avoid that restaurant. Actually, you don't ever want to visit that restaurant next time. So this video is going to be about healing. And why I believe you cannot heal from abuse. You cannot heal after abuse by continuing to engage in a toxic household. It can be a toxic job, toxic family system, toxic relationship, in any way. There is no way you're going to heal when you still engage yourself in a toxic household. Okay, guys? So normally in my sessions, there's one thing that I tell almost everybody that is trying to heal. So I first of all try to analyze where they are at the moment. Okay? If the problem is family, for example, dysfunctional system, I try to understand, are they still in that system? If it's a job, are they still working in that same place? And every other settings. And if that's the case, the first thing that I normally do, I advise those individuals to quit. You know, guys, most of my videos, if you've been with me for a while, they're out of experience. Now, I do not necessarily say that my experience is going to be like yours. The situations may differ a little bit. You could be in a different country. Your family is not the same as mine. But as long as we are speaking about narcissistic abuse, we are speaking the same language, ladies and gentlemen. It is the same. The patterns are the same. The abuse is the same. So it's personal experience, and I'm sure many of you can relate. Back in the years, when I woke up, and I figured out that I was entangled with a narcissist. So that is when I started counting the cost. You see, when you hear people talking about mental health, listen to them. Listen to us. Okay? Whoever is talking about mental health, listen to those people. Ladies and gentlemen, mental health is very important. Okay? Your mental health is a priority. When I left the narcissist, like I said, I cannot even start explaining to you how bad was my health. All right? Physically, that time I was sick. Physically, I was sick, okay? Stomach problems, brain fog, migraines. I even remember having bloody stools. That is how serious it was. I was having bloody stools. So that particular time I knew that if I don't start moving, this whole thing wasn't going to end well. So I knew that my entire health depended on this. So I moved away, I walked away, and to my surprise, what was even the confirmation for me that I was being under abuse, my body started healing. I struggled to heal, of course. You know, I was in and out of doctor's appointments. I went and got my skin checked. I got my blood checked because remember that there was a triangulation thing going on. So I got my blood tested. So I got everything checked. And eventually, step by step, my body started to detox. So it was a combination of awakening to what was really happening, that I was under abuse. And the second thing was removing myself from that situation and going to get medical help. Ladies and gentlemen, let me promise you, my healing started at that time. So most of the times when I'm teaching you these things, you just best believe that I know. I'm teaching you these things because I know. Okay? These are not fairy tales. I teach you things that I know. My body started healing in a few weeks. I started seeing results. I was so healthy. I was feeling well. There was still a little bit of mental, what they call, of course, mental and physical problems, but I was healing. Okay? If you have woken up one day and you figured out that you was going through abuse, the very first thing I'm going to advise you to do, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to start walking. Run or walk, whichever is easy for you, but you have to move. Now, we all understand that moving away from a narcissist is very difficult. Okay, it's a lot of work. You have to come up with a plan. Where are you going? How far away from that vicinity? Who is going to help you? The financial resources, of course, very powerful. But in any way, you have to look at it. You have to leave. For me, when I was leaving that time, I told you guys I called a friend. So there was this friend of mine that I talked to every now and then. Then I was like, hey, can you help me? I need a place that I can call home, even if it's for a week, maybe even two. But I need a place to stay. It was urgent. That's how urgent it was. You know? Did you guys know that at the end of the narcissistic relationship, I had gum disease? I had gum disease by that time, at the time. So I had already started losing teeth. Okay? So when I Googled what was gum disease, I started finding out all this thing about gum disease. Then I knew I wasn't going to wait for my teeth to fall out. You know, I knew that I had to walk away. And let me promise you guys, ladies and gentlemen, when I walked away, I went and I sought medical help, dentists, skin whatever's, doctors, and all these things. Everything started to heal. The gum disease was no more. Okay? Narcissists are parasites, spiritual parasites. So they are feeding off of your energy. And they are taking a lot of it. So that's the reason why you see you are struggling with so much problems with health. In most of the times, the empaths, I've told you guys, empaths, they are energy generators, okay? You always get the energy and you're going to pump that energy into some individual because they cannot generate their own energy. So you always lose your energy, you know? And when you have no energy left, also your body will start to collapse. So your body starts going through different, experiencing different problems. You may talk about blood pressure. You may start to get eczema, skin cancers. You're going to start seeing problems whenever those people, they're energy vampires. Let me know. So when you hear people talking about energy vampires, believe them. Believe us. You don't have to if you don't want to. But if you're ready to learn, you believe us. We know. Anything you do at the end of a narcissistic relationship, it has got to point towards walking away from abuse. Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. The most painful thing you'll ever feel is walking away from a person that you thought you loved. Let me repeat this for you one more time. The most painful experience you'll ever have as an empath is to walk away from an individual that you apparently thought you loved. You're going to feel that in your bones. Do you guys have any idea how much it took me to walk away from a narcissistic family system? Do you know how much guts it required me to walk away from the entire system? But also, do you know how much I healed and how much I evolved the moment I removed myself from that situation? So that's what I'm talking about. Empaths have got a habit of codependency. This is something they have learned over the years, especially scapegoats. You are very much attached and trauma bonded with your abusers, parents, your sisters, your partners. You're very much trauma bonded with these people, and they have usually made you a codependent. So most of the times, when the abuse is going on, you're planning to leave, but you're weighing all the options. Okay, I'm going to leave. Where will I go? What will I do? How will I survive? All those kind of things. You're asking yourself those questions. But I can promise you, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of you guys are Bible scholars. You pray, okay, which is okay. God this and God that. You read the Bible. You go and fast. There is no amount of prayer you are going to say that is going to help you as long as you're still involved with the narcissist. In other words, you have got to walk away, is what I'm trying to tell you. You have got to walk away at every cost. You can heal for a day. There's no problem with that. You can heal for a day. You can get relief for 2 days, even a week. But the pain will always be there. Your body will always collapse. Your body will always fail because you're still living in a very toxic household. Toxicity is not needed when you're trying to heal, unless you don't know about healing and you're not familiar with healing. If a person is familiar with healing, you have to understand toxicity is not a component of this healing to happen. So you have got to get away. You have got to get away. So all I'm saying in this video, guys, learn the art of walking away from abuse. Learn the art of loving yourself enough to walk away from the people that are abusing you. You know, because there comes a time in an empath's life where you are going to learn by force the art of self-love, okay? You are going to learn the art of self-love by force. If you don't do that, there is consequences, so you pay the price. You know what I'm saying? Healing can only happen, okay? It doesn't even matter how much the abuse has been. Of course, the length will vary depending on different individuals. But the healing to start, to commence, healing commences the moment you start walking out of the vicinity where you're experiencing abuse. Because narcissistic abuse is not any other kind of abuse, okay? It is a different form of abuse on a different level. So when you're walking away from these kind of individuals, that is when your body recognizes that there is no more toxicity around the vicinity. So your body now opens itself up to start healing, okay? I can promise you, ladies and gentlemen, when you do that work, there's going to come a time you will look at yourself, you will not even recognize yourself because you will understand the work you have done to heal. And the moment you do that work to heal, I can promise you, you will never allow anybody, it doesn't even matter who they are, you will never allow anyone to ever come into your space and start playing out that BS. You will send them packing. When you know how much work you have put in yourself to heal yourself, ladies and gentlemen, you will never allow anybody, low vibrational individuals, to ever come into your space. You will learn how to love yourself. So for the most of you guys who are still entangled, I pray for you. But I'll continue singing that same song. No healing is going to happen in that same place with those same people that have been responsible for abusing you. Healing can only happen when you walk away. Okay? So guys, let me know what you think about the video in the comment section below. You guys do know I do love and appreciate your support. You can book a session with me if you want to. You may donate or support to my channel if you want to. Everything you need, you will find it in the description below. And until then, I will catch you guys in my next one. Denzomos signing out. Much love and blessings. Peace.